Episode 2, ladies and gentlemen, of the Dual Threat Podcast. We just filmed episode 1. We are now on to episode 2 for still wearing the same outfits. It's not because we wear the same outfit every single day. It's because we're filming 2 at once. Griff, how's it going, my man?
Well, Caden, I'm not going to lie. I wear every outfit every single day. You see the hat, I sleep in the hat, I shower in the hat, I make love in the hat, I do everything in the hat. You know what I mean? Wow. The hat is, like I said, I got it in 1905, you know what I mean? I was born in 1923, so it's special to me. And the Guru loves his gray shirts. Okay. Side note, the Guru loves his gray shirts, black shirts, you know what I mean? If you see him in a yellow shirt, that's a special occasion. That is a special occasion for him right there. But you're going to always see me in this gray shirt. So if it looks like, hey, I own a washer and a dryer, and I have about like 50 gray shirts.
So how do you sleep with that hat on? Like that's got to be tough. Like, are you in like a recliner where it's like over it? Or?
Yeah. So have you ever seen how Dracula sleeps? You know what I mean? In the coffin, standing up. That's kind of like how I sleep. You know what I mean? I built a crevice in my mattress where the back of the hat can lay on it. But I mean, hey, it's just what you got to do when you're built like that.
Wow. I mean, do you work out in it? Like, I mean, I'm sure it's got to get maybe like a little musty up there sometimes.
Caden, everything. Wow. Is in this hat.
And you've never changed it out.
Never.
Like it's just the same one.
Never. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. If it disintegrates, and we would just move on. You know what I mean? We get another one. But I mean, hey, this is a symbol. You know what I mean? Everyone knows whether you know the Guru or you just remember that guy's like, who the hell's that bozo in the cowboy hat? You know what I mean? You know who it is. Yep. It's a staple.
Okay. Well, that's going to lead us into what we're going to ultimately talk about today. NFL football.
Beautiful.
You know, we dove into the college football scene, obviously a lot going on in that world, but we're entering the final stretch here in the NFL season. Week 14 just wrapped up. Who the true contenders and pretenders are. We're starting to see what teams are most likely going to make the playoffs, who's not going to be there. A lot of things shaking up in the AFC. What are you viewing right now when you look at the AFC conference with the Chiefs kind of falling out of earth, you know, the Ravens struggling? Where are you at with that?
The AFC, honestly, the NFL is beautiful this year because last year it's going to be the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be the Chiefs. This year, I think it's blossomed to everyone. Not everyone. Don't get me wrong. The Browns are ass. The Titans are ass. But if you told me the Patriots, the Broncos, the Chiefs, if they got in, you know what I mean? Patriots, Broncos, Bills, they're good. Panthers. I mean, hey, if the Panthers sneak in, but I mean, Panthers are NFC.
Yeah. But just encompassing the whole thing. Yeah.
Hey, guys, we're dealing with the Panthers fan here. He wants to sneak him in. He just wants to sneak him in. The Texans, Caden, like if the Texans won the Super Bowl, the Guru would not be shocked. The Guru would definitely not be shocked. Now, if the Colts snuck in there with about an 85-year-old quarterback, I would be shocked. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. But it's just a lot. I mean, in the NFC side, too, it's just there's so many teams that can win the Super Bowl this year, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do, too. I think the parity of the sport is what truly makes it so beautiful. You don't see it with the NBA as much. It's like we all know the Oklahoma City Thunder probably going to go back-to-back. They're like 23-1 right now. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. In college football, I think you've got some parity, but we all pretty much know it's going to be Ohio State, Indiana, maybe Georgia. In the NFL, I mean, you've had the Chiefs that have really dominated the league over the last few years, the Philadelphia Eagles, both teams that were in the Super Bowl. There's a lot of question marks around both of them, and one of them might not even make the playoffs. You have Lamar Jackson, the Buffalo Bills, the Ravens. I mean, both of those teams, we don't really know who they are that well, and we're going to find out a lot more about the Buffalo Bills in Week 15. But let's talk about Week 14, and let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans, the game of the week, Sunday Night Football. A lot went on, and I think we can take some big things away from this game. Tell me what you saw.
Listen, Caden, Andy Reid, I'm looking right at the camera. What are we doing, man? Going for that third down, it's just asinine. Absolutely asinine. It's 10-10. You know you're in a defensive battle game. You're at home. Why go for that 4th and 1 on your own 30 and give the Texans momentum? This whole league is about momentum, Caden, and a Super Bowl champion quarterback or coach made that decision. That's a bad coaching decision right there. A spoiler alert, they didn't get it. The Texans drove down, got a touchdown, and then on the next drive, he went for it again on a 4th down or 4th and 1, 4th and 2 on his own 40-yard line with about 6 minutes left. I thought he should have punted there. The Chiefs just look lost, Caden. They're not winning the close games. They're dropping these these passes. They're not all perfect, you know what I mean? But I mean, Travis Kelce, that late pass that was intercepted, sure was behind him a little bit, but I mean, you got to catch those. You're a Hall of Fame tight end. You got to catch those. They're just losing the close ones, man. They're just losing the close ones.
Yeah, totally. And that's really the opposite of what we've seen from the 100%. Chiefs over the last few years. It was 12-0 in one-score games last year. And the reason why I still have held hope on this team for so long up until this week. I can officially admit I'm a little nervous right now. As a person that picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year, I felt that this was going to be a prime year for them to show off the weapons that they had with Rashi getting healthy, with an emerging Xavier Worthy. And when you have the best player on the planet, you've always got a shot. And I think I want to start off by saying he still is the best player on the planet. He's still the guy that is the one. He is without a doubt the number one player in the NFL. And I think it would be criminal to blame him for this losing streak for the Chiefs. And I know the numbers aren't there this year, and I understand it's been just a revolving door in terms of the offensive line, the receiving core, whatever it may be. And I think that's the most disappointing thing, where it was like at one point they were down 4 starting offensive linemen when Morris gets hurt on the first play of the game, and you're going up against a ferocious defense in the Houston Texans.
Best in the league.
Oh my gosh, they're generational. They are generational. Shout out to Miko Ryans, Will Anderson, all those guys up there. They are playing with their hair on fire. But I look at the Chiefs right now, Griff. They look like a shell of themselves. To your point, Andy Reid, what the heck are you doing going for that there? I know it's like a new day and age where, hey, what do the analytics tell you to do here? Man, you were in a really good field position battle. You were down 10-0 to start the second half. You crept your way all the way back into it by playing the field position battle. Chris Jones was getting after Stroud the entire second half. Why not just continue to play the field position battle? Okay, they gave up a few first downs on that drive, but then they would only be at like midfield, maybe the 40-yard line. So I hated them going for it there against a defense that had been so good all game long. And it felt like once they didn't get that, all the momentum had shifted back over to the Texans, and it felt lost.
No, it felt lost. And to your point, Patrick Mahomes is not the sole scapegoat from the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it's encompassing, you know what I mean? The defense did play well in the second half, but I mean, early on in the year, the defense wasn't playing good. Travis Kelce, the dude's washed. Hall of Famer, yes, but is he washed? Let's be honest, he is. The wide receivers have not been helping him out. I mean, Rice was dropping balls. Where is Xavier Worthy? Where's Hollywood Brown? Did they even play? Did they catch one pass? I'm asking you. I don't even have no idea that they even played. Yeah. If you told me they didn't play, I would agree with you. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been playing the best. The offensive line is not good. The Chiefs, they're cooked. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah. And the thing is, what's almost the flaw in me when I am analyzing sports, when I'm looking at teams, it's like, Griff, I'm going to stay on the ship as long as I possibly can until it's sunken, until I can't swim, and I'm in the bottom of the Marina Trench. And so with the Chiefs right now, we're on the Titanic, and the ship is getting lower and lower. And I feel like right now, maybe you can only see my forehead. Like it's looking bleak right now.
Caden's on the door right now, and Jack's trying to get on the door, and Caden's not letting him get on the door right now. It's almost like that, like Titanic was.
Yeah, I know. And Mahomes and I were doing like the little Titanic scene earlier.
Yeah, that was last year. That
was coming into the season. Mahomes and I were doing that, and I already know that's gonna get some good laughs. Oh man, yeah. It's so weird. Like I could have never predicted that the Chiefs, in the entire history of Mahomes' career, they've never even gone less than the AFC Championship, and for them to potentially not even make the playoffs, Griff, it's nuts.
Caden, they're not going to make the playoffs, man. If you really think about it, they have to win out, and they have to hope the Chargers lose. It's not like they control their own destiny, like winning out will get them a wild card spot. No, they have to win out and hope some other teams lose as well. And we'll talk about, maybe we'll talk about it, but I mean, the Eagles pooped their pants, and the Chargers got a good win. And I mean, talking about the playoffs, and I mean, maybe we could segue into the Bills game, but I mean, this is the perfect time for Josh Allen. He might not even have to play Patrick Mahomes to get to this Super Bowl. No Lamar Jackson. I mean, maybe Lamar Jackson makes the playoffs if the Ravens win the division.
But Joe Burrow.
But I mean, no
he's
Joe
0-5 against Mahomes and Burrow.
So I mean, you're sitting here telling a Bills fan at the beginning of the year, hey, you're possibly going to make the playoffs with no Patrick Mahomes in it. If you told him that, first of all, you'd have thought that, oh, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. You know what I mean? But no, if you're talking to a Bills fan right now, it's like, hey man, we got to beat Drake May, we got to beat Bo Nix, we got to beat CJ Stroud, we got to beat some of these other teams. They would take that any time of the day.
No question. When you just have that aura going into Arrowhead playing Patrick Mahomes, you're going into the belly of the beast. I mean, it is so ridiculously tough to go into Arrowhead and go win there. And we've only seen one quarterback in the AFC that's been able to do it, and that's been Joe Burrow, and he hasn't even been healthy over the last few years. Like for Josh Allen and for these other big-time quarterbacks, it's like, man, you've got to feel like you've got a great shot right now to get to the Super Bowl. Like this is the most open the AFC has felt in maybe 7 years.
100%. It's wide open. And we saw the Bengals versus the Bills. That game was, it felt like a playoff game to me. You know what I mean? It was outside, the snow was going, and Joe Burrow was cooking.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow was absolutely cooking. He just made 2 mistakes. Those 2 mistakes absolutely cost him.
And I don't even know if the batted pass was a mistake.
The batted
pass
wasn't his
luck.
fault, but the pick 6, man.
That was
like
bad.
They're up by, what were they up? They were up by 3 at that point.
Yeah.
Under 6 minutes or under like 8 minutes left. The pick 6, and I'm just like, oh my gosh! It just, Bengals fans are an absolute piss. It really does suck for the Bengals, but I mean, that Bills defense, it's shoddy, man. It's absolutely shoddy. We're gonna talk a little bit later, but I mean, can Josh Allen put on a Superman cape? This is a huge game coming up. We're going to talk about it in a second. A huge divisional game coming up. Because
let's just hop into it right now. Let's hop into it now.
If they don't win the division, if they lose to this championship game coming up for the Bills. If they lose this division, that means they're going to have to go on the road in the playoffs. And that's tough to say. Like, okay, we're going to have to go on the road in the playoffs 3 times, and to ask Josh Allen to put on his cape 3 times in a row, possibly 4 times in a row, if he makes the Super Bowl, that's a tough ask for Josh Allen. And I feel for Josh Allen. I'm not saying Josh Allen can't perform well and do that, but I feel like that defense is bad, Caden. What do you think about the Bills?
I think they're a team right now that's got to be really excited and have a big smile on their face, regardless of if they win the division or not. I don't think they're going to win the division, even if they win this weekend. I do think they win in Week 15 and split with the Patriots, but ultimately, I would believe they're 2 games back right now, and with how easy New England's schedule is, I just don't see them catching up realistically. For Josh Allen, he's been Herculean in the playoffs, and this has been every single year, and he's only gotten better. And I feel like with the way he's playing out right now, he's peaking. We talk about this so much. We beat a dead horse here, but it's like, who gets hot at the right time? Josh Allen, on every single 4th down, every single big moment, he was making plays against Cincinnati when he had to. That was a classic shootout. That was, to your point, a classic playoff game that we were witnessing in the regular season between 2 great quarterbacks, 2 of the best in the NFL. When I look at Josh Allen, I feel like him almost having like that just, he doesn't have to look behind his shoulder. He doesn't have to know that Patrick Mahomes, the Grim Reaper, is coming to ultimately get where he's trying to go every single year. Griff, he's 0-5 against Mahomes and Joe Burrow in the playoffs. He's not going to have to see either one of them. And the last time he lost in the playoffs to any other quarterback was, his rookie year to Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, the Texans. Yeah.
Why can't Josh go do this? I think they beat the Patriots this week. Why can't they go get to the Super Bowl?
Would you consider them the AFC favorites?
I would consider the Houston Texans the AFC favorites.
Okay, hot take.
And because we saw them play on Thursday Night Football with Davis Mills, not even with CJ Stroud. And I know Mills has been playing some good football. He was playing some good football. But I think CJ Stroud's starting to get into like his flow state right now. We're quick to forget that CJ Stroud's won 2 playoff games in the last 2 years.
Home games, yeah.
And he's only in his 3rd season right now, and he's got an opportunity to win another one. CJ Stroud, I believe, is a quarterback that if he gets hot at the right moment, why can't this defense combined with a hot CJ Stroud get to the Super Bowl? Why can't they? Because
I 100% agree.
Yeah, the Broncos have got a good defense, but we question they're in they haven't played the great teams like the Texans have. You can look at who the Texans have beat. Man, they beat some great teams. Josh Allen and the Bills, he got sacked 8 times. That's the most his entire career against the Houston Texans. You go up against the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL in the Indianapolis Colts the next week, and you hold them to 16 points. Then you play the Chiefs on the road. Mahomes, 3 turnovers. You hold them to 10 points. This defense single-handedly can win you football games. If this offense heats up, why can't they go on a run here? I believe they're the favorite in the AFC.
I'm not saying you're wrong. You know what I mean? It's just beautiful in the AFC right now. Like I said, if the Patriots win, I'm not one of these guys who's going to sit here and say there's no way the Patriots can win the Super Bowl. There's no way, or go to the Super Bowl. There's no way the Broncos can go to the Super Bowl. The Broncos have a good defense. The Patriots have a good defense. The Texans have a good defense. But I will say, Caden, defenses wins champions. And out of the AFC teams, of the tops, who has the worst defense? The Bills.
Yeah.
The Bills, out of those teams that I just said, the Bills have a bad defense compared to those teams. Josh Allen's great. Josh Allen's MVP. Not this year, but you know what I mean? Josh Allen is an MVP.
Yeah.
But when to go a little bit back about Josh Allen doesn't have to look over shoulder about that Patrick Mahomes, but will his defense screw him. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those times against Patrick Mahomes, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. It's just his defense in 13 seconds couldn't get a stop. So it's going to be interesting, the playoffs. If the Texans won, like I said, Jaw would not be on floor. Jaw would not. Now, I will say, if the Jags F around and won the AFC, I would be shocked. I definitely would be shocked. If the Chargers won the AFC, I'd be shocked. But Bills, Texans, Broncos, and the Patriots right now, I love those teams.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but like I get to this point where it's like when you have Patrick Mahomes or you have Josh Allen or you have Joe Burrow, I'm always going to look at those guys as playoff risers. And the Broncos had a good defense last year, and Josh Allen shredded them. Like your mom's making some great chicken in the crock pot when she shreds that boy up. That's what Josh Allen did to that Broncos defense last year, and it was a good defense. Do I trust Bo Nix against Josh Allen, even though that defense is great? I do not whatsoever. Do I trust Drake May, even though he is maybe going to win the MVP and the defense has been solid? I don't, because the postseason is a different animal. In the NFL, you've got to cut your teeth. In every league, you've got to cut your teeth. But in the NFL, it is a different game. We've seen the great quarterbacks in the regular season sometimes shrink in the playoffs. Look at Lamar Jackson. And I love Lamar. But Griff, he's not been this playoff riser, this world beater when it matters the most in the playoffs. It's a different game. It's almost like I've got to see it to believe it with both Bo Nix and Drake May. I know people are going to be unhappy about that, but I look at Stroud winning 2 playoff games over the last 2 years. I look at Josh Allen statistically being one of the best playoff quarterbacks ever and losing to Patrick Mahomes, the big bad wolf, and not having him in his way. I like the Texans and Bills a lot.
I like the Texans. I like the Bills. I'm still riding with the Broncos and the Patriots, but it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the year where the Bills fans sit there and say, man, if we had our heads and asses wired together and we didn't lose to the Falcons and then we didn't lose these other games, we would have had
the Dolphins.
Field. The Dolphins.
They were like 2 touchdown favorites.
The Dolphins. The Bills fans are going to be sitting there saying like, man, if we would have won those games, had home field advantage is huge in the NFL playoffs.
Yep.
And can Josh Allen go on the road 3 times and do it? Not saying you can't, but that defense, I have no idea. Let's transition over to the NFC side. We've been gassing up the AFC side. Let's talk about the NFC side, Caden. Playoffs wise, future wise. I mean the Rams, the Seahawks, the Packers got a good win against the Bears. I'm not faulting the Bears. I'm not ready to throw the Bears away like last week's dinner. But the Eagles losing to the Chargers, Caden, they're out of my Super Bowl talk. They're out of my Super Bowl talk, and that's not a hot take. You know what I mean? They're deja vu 2023. But tell me, we talked about the AFC side. What are like 5 teams that you could possibly see in the NFC side? Who can win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, agreed. It's always been like this tier A category for me, whether it was the Rams and the Seahawks, and I've kind of been going back and forth, flirting with the Eagles and the Packers. With the Eagles losing now 3 in a row and the offensive struggles, I'm gonna bump them down out of the top 5 right now, just because it gets to a point where, you know, we just finished week 14. Like you can't be screwing around this late into the season and still have high expectations to realistically repeat. And with what we've seen in the past when they have bad play calling, Griff, things fall apart and things fall apart quickly in Philadelphia. So I'm going to bump them out of my top 5. I'm going to go Los Angeles at number 1. They've been an absolute buzzsaw all season. I'm going to say Seattle is at number 2. Not a crazy hot take here. We've got them playing next Thursday night. That's going to be an incredible game. And then I'm going to say the Packers at number 3, but I would have no problem if anyone rearranged that order in however which way they wanted to, like the college football playoff committee. I'm going to say the Packers at number 3. Number 4 is tough for me. I'm not going to say the Bears.
49ers?
I was going to say
maybe sneaking in there.
I like the Niners.
Yeah, the Niners are not bad.
Like it gets to a certain point where it's like, man, they went to the Super Bowl a few years ago, and Brock Purdy's playing good football, and the defense with Robert Saleh is one of the best in the NFL. I'm going to say the Niners at number 4, and at number 5, who are we still tossing around? I mean, Buccaneers, I just can't get behind right now. The Bears are obviously at 7. Who's at number 6? The Niners are. And then the Seahawks are at 4.
Seahawks are at 4. And we're talking to chat or people who are watching this. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I call you chat, then just deal with it. Yeah, we're talking about the playoff system right now. I mean, the Seahawks are at 5, the Niners at 4, and then the Bears. Yeah, they went from 1 to 7.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to say the Detroit Lions.
Okay, the Detroit Lions
I know
out of the
that
playoffs right
that
now.
may sound crazy, but Griff, they're like a roller coaster ride. I feel sometimes so confident about them when they have all their weapons. I feel like they could go on a deep run, but then sometimes it's like if Amon-Ra's out or Jahmyr Gibbs is out, I just don't know if I trust Jared Goff that much, and the offensive line shaky. But with Philadelphia, the question marks around them, I just can't get behind them right now. I cannot seriously get behind the Chicago Bears, and people are going to come after me here, but I think the Detroit Lions I'd put at 5.
Okay. I feel like when we're talking about the NFC side, it's loaded. The NFC playoffs are going to be a nightmare. If the team who gets that first bye is going to feel really nice because those other teams are going to have to rip each other to shreds to get these wins. The 49ers are not an easy out. Say whatever you want about the Bears. They're not an easy out. Seattle is good. Green Bay is good. Realistically, whoever wins, I know Caden's a Panthers guy, but I mean, if the Panthers win the division or Tampa wins the division, they're probably going to lose in the first round because they're probably going to play either Seattle or the Rams. They'd have a home game, don't get me wrong. But yeah, no, the playoffs, AFC-wise, or the NFC, you did, they did beat the Rams.
We beat them.
That's why I rank Seattle over the Rams right now. You know what I mean?
Really?
You're talking about your rankings, you know what I mean? But they play each other next week. And I think Seattle will be favored. And if Seattle wins that game, I was looking at the rest of their schedules. This is why I don't think Seattle's getting a lot of glaze. The Guru's been glazed in Seattle for a long time, but I mean, like Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl talks, NFC talks, like that stuff. If the Seahawks win, they're going to be favored at home, and they win out. They're not only going to win they're going to win the division and be the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So Seattle, I think, is going to be fighting for that spot. That's not saying that the Rams aren't a good team. Seattle, to me, is the best team in the NFC currently. I know it changes week to week. Seattle plays, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Oh, they play Old Man Colts.
Yep.
Yeah, they play Old Man Colts.
Shout
and
out
the
Phil
Rams
Rivers.
play the Lions. That's a great game this weekend. So everything changes week by week. If the Lions beat the Rams, Lions the best team in the NFC. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is. Let's talk about the Bears-Packers game. That was probably the biggest game in the NFC this past week, I'd say. I know we kind of touched on Philly struggling, the 5-turnover game from Hurts. Packers-Bears, I'm bullish on the Bears. I think like most of the season, I was like, this is kind of like an impressive story, but we haven't really seen them beat anyone great. And this is now, 2 weeks in a row where they've played well. They beat the Eagles last week, and then they come up just short to the Packers in a really tough divisional game. I think the Bears are a team that is probably going to make the playoffs, but I don't know if they win a playoff game. For the Packers, I think if Jordan Love messes around and gets hot at the right time, which we're seeing right now, I think the Packers can win the Super Bowl.
The Packers can win the Super Bowl. The Seahawks can win the Super Bowl. The Rams can win the Super Bowl. But I'm not writing off the Bears right now because that game was extremely close. It's in Chicago. They play each other, I think, next week maybe, or the week after that in Chicago. I think the Bears are right there with those teams. Like I'd say a fraction behind, don't get me wrong. But I mean, Caleb Williams, you take that DJ Moore short route pass to that first down, you're playing some more. You know what I mean? He lofted that 4th down. It was a bad throw, whatever you want to say. But I think the Bears are right there. They're a play or two away. They've impressed me.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Like Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, this was going to be the duo that turned it around in Chicago. And they start slow last year. The first 2 weeks, it was like, this isn't good. Like they choked that big lead to Minnesota, and a lot of people are questioning what they're going to look like for the entirety of the season. And for them to be so good at this point in the season right now, Caleb Williams has got like 5 or 6 plays a game where your jaw is on the floor and you're like, bro, this is why he was the number 1 overall pick. This is why he won the Heisman. He's that guy. Like he's a franchise quarterback. And I think that's the saving grace for Chicago this season, where it's like, you just wanted to see Caleb take the jump. Is he going to be the franchise guy? And I think right now we can both look at each other and say, Caleb's a franchise guy. And that's what Chicago wanted to see this season. I don't think people realistically in this division with, Minnesota winning 14 games last year, with Green Bay winning 11 games, with Detroit winning 15 games, with 3 playoff teams in your division. I don't think me and you sat here before the season and said, hey, Griff, the Bears are going to make the playoffs. Like nobody realistically had them making the playoffs, being the number 1 seed for a period of time. And here they are. We've talked about this before on the live. They're playing with house money right now.
Yeah, they're playing with house money. I feel like Bears fans going into this season, they just wanted to see what you said. Prove that you're the franchise quarterback, and the quarterback and the coach improve the team a little bit more. You know what I mean? Let's shoot for 10 wins. Let's shoot for maybe a wild card spot. But now they've kind of overshot. They're playing with house money. And I feel like the Bears right now, don't get me wrong, they lose out and not make the playoffs. It'd be kind of disappointing. But no, Caleb Williams is playing better. The run game is extremely good for the Bears. I think the Bears are... Do I dare say dark horse? I don't want to say dark horse. I don't want to say dark horse. But if the Bears won a couple playoff games, Caden, my jaw would not be on the floor.
Wow, mine would be. I would be stunned if they multiple playoff games. We're talking the NFC Championship.
I mean, I'm trying to think in my head if they're the 7th spot, who would be the 2 spot? Let's just say the Rams would get the 1
Packers.
spot. That'd be a tough game, man. That'd be a tough 3 times. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row or 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
That game would be a close game.
Would be.
That game would be a good close game. And then I can't remember. Do they reseed or if they won,
they reseed.
So they would have to play the Rams. Ooh, that's tough, man.
That's what I'm saying. Multiple playoff games is hard to do, but we saw the Cardiac Commanders do it last year.
Yeah.
They won 2 playoff games and they played the Eagles pretty tough. I know the score wasn't close, but they played well. And Caleb Williams is talented enough to realistically make all the plays in the world. So I'm excited to see what the Bears can do. This has been a great leap for them. Let's talk a little bit about the Ravens Steelers. That was a huge game. And I know we're bouncing back to the AFC here. That was a massive game this weekend. The AFC North is just like
dumpster fire.
Bro, it is so awful. And it's been like every single week. Like last week, I thought the Bengals were going to win the division. 2 weeks ago, it's like, hey, the Ravens are going to win the division. A month ago, the Steelers are going to win. Like it's you never know. And all of a sudden, Shadour's flexing that watch, and they've got life. Like the division is just, it's funny, it's comical. I feel like Mike Tomlin turns into Bill Belichick whenever that 500 record, whenever they're flirting with it. It's like, hey, we can't lose it. We cannot let up the rope. I mean, I don't even know what to say here.
No,
like, where are you at with this division?
It's extremely weird because I think the only team who has a chance to do anything in the playoffs if they win the division is the Bengals. You know what I mean? If Joe Burrow gets into the playoffs, I think they could have success. The Ravens look lost right now. They look terrible. They play the Bengals this week. And in my opinion, that's an eliminator right there. The Ravens lose that game. That'd be 3 losses in a row, 3 divisional losses in a row. And then the Steelers play the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been playing extremely well as of late. I know they played a bunch of bum teams, but if they can sneak that win and the Bengals sneak a win, this division is absolutely whack. Listen, to keep it short, if the Steelers make the playoffs, first round exits. Yep. If the Ravens make the playoffs, first round exits. I know it sounds crazy, but if the Bengals go on a run here, get hot, and win the division, I'm not saying that they're going to make this huge playoff run, but I would have more faith in the Bengals in the playoffs than the Ravens right now currently, and I know this changes week to week, and then the Steelers.
I'm in agreement with you. I think I would have more faith. I got to be careful here. I got to be really careful here. I would have more faith in the Bengals than I would the Jaguars. I would have more faith in the Bengals.
Don't say the Patriots.
I'm not going to say the Patriots.
Don't say the Broncos.
I'm going to say the Broncos.
Don't say the Broncos.
I'm going to say, listen, this is 2 weeks in a row now where Joe Burrow's played really good against 2 great teams. The Broncos can't beat anybody in a dominant fashion. And this is not to say that, the Bengals defense is up in the air. It's because of Joe Burrow in the playoffs, and people are going to be pissed at me. Ooh, they're going to be mad. But I think the Bengals right now, if they get in at 8-9, would be freaking dangerous. Now, Griff, let me ask you this. If the Ravens finish 6-11, what are we doing with Harbaugh?
Fire him.
Because you're looking at Cincinnati on the road,
they
New
have
England,
a brutal schedule,
Green Bay on the road,
yep,
and then Pittsburgh on the road. That's 4 hard games.
They could lose all 4 of those, and then the 2 losses they've had before that. No, I think it's time for Harbaugh to go. Don't hate the man. I just think he's been on the team for 75 years.
Yeah.
I think Tomlin. It's time to go for Tomlin. I think these coaches who've been there forever.
And people want Zach Taylor gone too.
Yeah,
and Stefanski.
All 4 of the NFC North.
Let's just have them all switch with one another and just go to different teams.
Every coach in the NFC North, you're absolutely cooked. You're absolutely gone. But yeah, the Ravens right now, Lamar Jackson's hurt. The defense can only do so much. I honestly don't know what a catch is anymore, Caden. I thought the likely thing was a catch. I didn't know you had to catch a ball and then take 15 steps in the end zone for it to count. But even then, if you watch that game, the Ravens had a chance at the end twice to take the lead.
And Mark Andrews freaking tapped it away from Hopkins.
So the Ravens have had shots. But I mean, right now, I like to go back. I don't know if there's any NFC North fans out there. Like, I don't know if you root for the NFC North, like just specific division. If you're a division guy, like, man, I like the NFC North, and you want to see the AFC North. My bad. The AFC North.
I was gonna say, are we jumping?
No. If you're an AFC North fan and you want to see them thrive, you almost want to root for the Bengals. You know what I mean? Because the Ravens, I don't think are. I mean, Lamar Jackson's hurt, and the Steelers, what are they going to score? 14 points in the playoffs? It's just not going to get it done. The Bengals right now, I think the AFC North, now they are dogs. They're massive dogs to win the division still. But like I said, they beat the Ravens this week. The Dolphins beat the Steelers. The Steelers, they play down to their competition. And last time I checked, the Steelers only play the Ravens tough, and the Steelers aren't playing the Ravens. So it's going to be a dogfight at the end. But I mean, it's a wild time right now for the AFC North.
I mean, how weird would a playoff race be with no Patrick Mahomes, with no Joe Burrow, and no Lamar Jackson? I mean,
it'd be crazy. You know what it would be? It would be they would call it a fraud, whoever got out of the AFC.
Sure. I mean, I might have to call it that too. That's 3 out of the top 4 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, they would definitely call it a fraud if like Drake May or Bo Nix got there. It would be, Bo Nix, you're carried by your defense.
And I'm sorry, they would get steamrolled by an NFC team. And I know that sounds crazy. I think the Rams would slaughter the Broncos. Wow. I think the Rams would slaughter the Patriots.
Wow.
I know. Maybe that's some NFC, but I think it's like a gauntlet that you have to go through in the NFC. The Rams have played a lot of really tough teams this year. How am I supposed to have like a certain confidence level? Because I do believe that the postseason is a different game. We haven't seen Drake May in the playoffs.
We have not.
Like Lamar Jackson has been statistically has the best passer rating in the history of the NFL. He's probably the best running quarterback in the history of the NFL. You could say that in the regular season, Lamar Jackson has a serious case to be the best player that we've ever seen in the National Football League. He's been mediocre in the playoffs.
Yes.
We can't sit here with certain confidence and say, just because Drake May does it in the regular season, he's guaranteed to do it in the playoffs. That doesn't mean that. And he's a second-year quarterback. He's not been in the league for 10 years. We never saw Matthew Stafford do it until later in his career. He's 23 years old.
He's a young guy. He's a young cat.
Might have to cut his
teeth. I will say, if they get to the bowl, anything's possible. I'm telling you, defenses thrive in the bowl. I think it'd be a 50-50, like AFC versus NFC side. Now, don't get me wrong. The Jags effort, I don't know why I'm throwing the Jags under the bus, but like if the Jags got to the Super Bowl, I'd be like, the Rams are going to destroy them, or the Seahawks, you know what I mean? But dude, I'm telling you right now, a dirty, dirty Super Bowl that I would love to see, Texans versus Seattle. I mean, that would be dirty, bro. That would be absolutely dirty in the mud. I mean, right now, I think the NFL, since they don't have the golden boy Patrick Mahomes in there, I'm trying to think of the AFC teams that they could really market and they would want to be in there.
It would be the Bills, Haley Steinfeld.
And then I feel like it would go to the Patriots. Because you could write off the dynasty stuff. Yeah. They don't want the Jags in there.
Nope.
They don't want. Honestly, they probably don't want Houston in there. Like the Texans. That's no knock on the Texans, but I mean big brand wise. Even Denver has a bigger brand than the Texans, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning,
Sean
Payton, all those guys. Yeah, I would think a dream matchup for the NFL currently right now would be Bills-Rams.
Yep, agreed.
Bills-Rams would 100%. Be a dream. Or if they could get it, like Bills-Lions. You know what I mean?
Lions, really?
Just because the Lions, it would just be like the brand. Even though they're garbage, like the brand has always been big. You know what I mean? For the Lions, I feel like the brand for Detroit. But I mean, dream scenario for the NFL. Bills,
if the
Rams.
Lions make it, can we get like an alternate halftime show of Eminem? I already know what people are going to say in the comments. Bro, you're a racist for that. No, Eminem's actually he's the GOAT.
Eminem for the Lions, man. Eminem for the Lions. He came out for the halftime show for the
I know. I've been asking
Thanksgiving, yeah.
And he also did it a few years ago, but there was too many people around him. I've been asking for like 10 years now for Eminem to just get his own halftime show. Because he's got so many bangers.
He did it with
but he only did like one song.
Yeah,
he did like 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and he did like one and a half songs. But like, I would love to see Eminem have his own halftime show. And like, if Detroit's in it, I feel like yo, Bad Bunny, can we just punt you to next year? Can we just get Eminem just singing Lose Yourself? Like that would, I feel like Detroit would just have to win the Super Bowl.
That would be great.
In
San Fran. Yeah. So dream matchup right now for the NFL playoff wise, they would want Rams and Bills.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in agreement with you. And I want to see it for Josh Allen. Like, how can you not root for Josh? Like, he's a guy that it's like, man, the 13-second game, losing Stephon Diggs, winning the MVP, like, being a guy that came from Wyoming, like JUCO player, like the story of Josh Allen is truly tremendous. And I think it's so hard to not like the guy. Like truly, I would, and just for the city of Buffalo, back to the Jim Kelly days, like, man, losing 4 Super Bowls like that. I mean, dude, I would love to see it for Buffalo.
Here's a weird thing. If they're going to lose, I hope they lose in the AFC Championship game. I do not want them to go to the Super Bowl and lose another one. That would just be gut wrenching. You know what I mean? It would be Bills get to another Super Bowl. But at least
you made it, though.
I know, but I mean, like, here's the thing to you. Here's a question to you. Would you rather go to the Super Bowl and lose it if you're a Buffalo fan, or would you rather lose in the AFC Championship game? I know it's a stick either way, but I just feel like, oh my God. And I guess it depends on like how you would lose it. You know what I mean? If you lost, like how the Broncos lost to the Seahawks, you know what I mean? Yeah. That would just be devastating, gut wrenching. But I don't know, like Bills fans, what would you rather do? Would you rather lose in this scenario? You're losing either way, but I mean, would you rather lose in the division round or the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl? Because come that Sunday, dude, everyone, the world is watching you on that Sunday. You're the only teams on, and it's gut-wrenching if you lose that game.
It is, but it's like at the same time, if you don't win the AFC without Mahomes, I think Bills fans are going to be in like mass hysteria if it's like, oh my gosh, this was our chance to win it without Mahomes. Like they would be like, we didn't do it. Like, are you kidding me? But if they knew that they at least won the AFC and took care of business and hey, even though you lose, but you're going up against a Rams team that was just a buzzsaw, like I think they would be a little more okay with it. I just don't know what losing in the AFC Championship does versus losing in the Super Bowl. It's
I know. It's just one of those like what if
you're
like,
wanting to jump off a bridge regardless if you're a Buffalo
you're
fan.
Cooked either way.
Man. All right, Griff, let's hop into week 15 here. Huge slate. This is debatably one of the best slates of the entire year. Let's jump right into it. We're not going to be able to talk about the Thursday Night Football game time we're posting this. It'll be Friday. Let's start with the 11 a.m. games. Shedeur Sanders and the Denver Broncos, or in the Cleveland Browns playing the Chicago Bears, 2 B teams there. Chicago 7.5 point favorite.
7.5 point favorite. This is tough. Caden, give us I know we're in that time where weather is shite. Are we
12
seeing
degrees.
12 degrees. Are we seeing snow? Or are we seeing?
It's saying, a little sunny and cloudy. But
Okay. Cold though.
Yeah.
Cold game.
Yeah.
7.5 points is a lot of points for this game. Shedeur Sanders, he played well. He played well last week against Tennessee. They lost. The defense played poor last week. They played poor. The Bears, give me the Browns in the 7.5. Give me the Browns in the 7.5. I think the Bears end up winning this game because it means more to them. But I think Shedeur, he plays well. I think the defense plays better. I don't see, because we're on sack watch. Pause. We're on sack watch for Myles Garrett. He's got 3. He's 3 away for this one. Thought he might get 4 last week against Tennessee. Only got 1. He might get 1 this week. Because I feel like teams are now like, okay.
How many away is he?
He's 3 away.
Okay, and we got 4 weeks left.
He's 3 away, 4 weeks left. So if he gets 1 a week, he's good to go.
Yeah.
I think teams are going to put 4 dudes on him. They're going to chip him, then put 5 dudes on him. Chip him, then put 6 dudes on him. They might put the whole 10 dudes on that guy. But I think the Browns show up. I think Shedeur shows up. I think the Bears, who do the Bears, can you check for me right quick? Because you've got the top, the laptop. Who do they play next week? Is it back to the Packers?
It's back to the Pack.
So it's back to the Pack. So this might be a look-ahead game for the Bears. The Bears might take this one off.
And then you got the Niners on the road, and then you got the Lions.
Okay, so this might be a huge look-ahead. Don't get me wrong, Bears fans. I think you win this game, but I think it's a close, gritty game. I think maybe a close, gritty game, but give me the Browns to cover that 7.5, but the Bears win.
I'm in agreement with you. I like them to cover the 7.5. Chicago, I think they'll bounce back. They get to 10 wins here, but I don't know if it's a guarantee that they get into the playoffs. And I know that may sound insane.
They got to win these games though. This is a game they need.
Does 10-7 get you into the NFC playoffs? I don't know. I don't know if it does. It didn't last year. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a guarantee that it does this year. They've got to win this game without a doubt. If they lose this game, season's over. And I know that may sound rough considering they were the 1 seed 1 week ago. And after this would be 2 weeks ago. I like them to win. The defense is going to have to play a lot better for Cleveland. It's been really great all year long. The only thing I question is like, are they just completely giving up on Stefanski and they're just going to get absolutely routed? Like after not having Shedeur on the field for the 2-point conversion, I'm a little nervous where it's like, bro, they might just say F the season. Like, hey, Myles Garrett, go do your thing. Like, I don't even know. So
it might be one of the, like when the 49ers played the Browns like 2 weeks ago, where the 49ers won like 25-10 or something like that. It might look like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Browns, Shedeur Sanders, make him develop, get Myles Garrett the sack record, but also lose because you're not going anywhere, and it'll help your draft stock if you lose. So
yeah, we're
don't be winning
officially on
these
sack
games,
watch.
Browns. Yeah, we're sack watch. No
officially
balls.
on sack watch. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're on perfect timing watch too. Shadeur's look nice. He's looked nice. I mean, why not keep rolling with the guy?
Developing the rest of this year, and honestly, Caden, give him the reins for next year.
Why not?
Give him the reins for next year. The draft is not quarterback heavy. You know what I mean? You're not going to miss out on quarterbacks in this draft. That's no knock on the quarterbacks coming out, but I mean, there's no die-hard talents. You know what I mean? Get a linebacker. Get the best. Get
Arvell Reese maybe out of Ohio State.
Yeah, get who's that Miami cat?
Oh yeah, Ruben Bain.
Yeah, get one of those guys because you're going to get a top 3 pick and you have a back end pick.
Yeah.
I think you have who they trade with. They have a back end pick in the first round, but I mean, build around Shedeur. And guess what? If Shedeur sucks next year and you go with a different quarterback, you're in the same position.
You got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, you're in the same position that you are. Browns, you're a dumpster can of an organization. Go with Shedeur next year and build around him and just see what you got.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I think Shadeur's done enough where it's like, hey, the guys on the team clearly love him. I mean, he's so entertaining. Like, I'm sorry, the NFL's better when you've got big personalities like that, when you've got guys that are making it interesting. Like the Cleveland Browns haven't been fun to watch in the last few years. They're fun to watch
Baker,
now.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch.
And then before Baker, there was no one.
No.
You know
oh my
mean?
gosh. It was like 15 different like trash quarterbacks that they would draft. And it's like, Shedeur, let's let him play it out a little bit.
Yeah,
here.
Russell Wilson, let's ride.
Fun to watch. Ravens on the road against the Bengals. Ravens right now 2.5-point favorite.
It's at the Bengals?
Yeah.
And the Ravens are favored.
2.5 points.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah, give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. I think the Ravens are cooked. I think the Ravens are not the same team that they were a month ago. They just played this team, and I think the Bengals have gotten nothing but better. I know the Bengals lost to the Bills, but with 10 minutes left in that game, Caden, the Bengals were up by 10 points.
Yeah.
It's not like they got routed in that game. Joe Burrow played very good. I don't know if T. Higgins is going to play. I think he might be still.
He's back in concussion protocol.
He's back in concussion protocol, but even if he doesn't play.
But they beat them without T. Higgins the first time they played on the road.
Okay. Yeah, it's at Cincinnati. Everything's on the line. This is a playoff game for the Bengals. I mean, that's not breaking news. This is a playoff game for the Bengals. The Ravens have been shite. And I'm going to go with the Bengals. If the Bengals are a dog at home, you get dog money. I'm going with Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with you. I just got done glazing up Joey B saying, hey, I trust this team more if they get into the playoffs more than the Jaguars and more than the Broncos. I'm sorry, Denver fans. Don't come for my head. This is a really good football team when Joe Burrow's playing like this. Offensively, they're good enough to compete with anybody. And what is going on with Lamar? Like, I love the guy.
He's hurt.
He's got to be.
He's hurt.
He's got to be hurt. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, I don't know what I'm watching out there with him. The turnovers, the inconsistencies. I don't know what I'm watching out there. And, he's never the type of guy that's going to blame anybody else. It's always going to be on him. And that's the great thing about Lamar. And he holds himself to such a high standard, but we haven't seen this. This is like uncharted territory in the Lamar Jackson Ravens era.
What's the weather looking like in Cincinnati?
It is looking like a brisk 14 degrees.
14
and cloudy.
degrees. No snow though.
No snow. So it's going to be a tough physical. Can Cincinnati bite their mouth guards and stop Derrick Henry? And they did it the first time.
They did it the first time.
They got to turn him over though.
Yeah. The Ravens right now, like I said, Lamar, he's almost, I'm not saying he's scared to run, but it's like one of those ones where like, man, if I run, I might get more hurt, and then I'm cooked for the long haul. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot closer though, Kate. I think it's going to be closer than that Thanksgiving day.
Yeah, I think that was like 32-14.
Yeah, it was like a rout, especially in that second half. I think it's going to be a close, gritty game. Maybe the Gritties, maybe they'll be out with Jamar Chase. Maybe they'll be gritting. But yeah, give me the Bengals here.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I'll take the Bengals plus the 2.5, but I like them a little sprinky on the money line. All right, another big divisional game. Chargers against my Chiefs. Chargers are a 4.5-point dog.
Crazy line right here. 4.5 was a lot to me when I was saying that, because I get it. You're a home team. You usually get 3 points when you're a home team. You know what I mean? 2.5 or 3 points. But I mean, the Chargers, they're still trying to catch the Broncos. You know what I mean? And going across country, what's the weather going to be like? Because I mean, LA is not as Kansas City. It's a lot colder.
We've approached the cold weather seasons, my brother. It is 18 degrees.
18 degrees. LA, if you guys don't know, Dome Stadium. They don't play outside. That hand is still hurt for Herbert. I will say, the offense did not look good against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they've got
a great defense.
I will give the
Philly's got a
Eagles
good
credit,
defense.
but I mean, the wide receivers look like a bunch of goofballs out there running into each other on routes. It's like, dude, this is like week 1 stuff. We're in week 14. You need to be a well-oiled machine offensively. Yeah. I think that's too many points. I do. I think that's too many points. Give me the Chargers plus the 4.5. But give me the Chargers in the 4.5, and I don't even want to give you confidence of like, oh, the Chiefs are going to win this game, because every close game, they're losing.
Yeah.
So I know the Chiefs, this is a playoff game, but guess what, Chiefs? This has been a playoff game for you for the last 3 weeks, and you lost against the Texans at home. I'm not saying the Texans defense or the Chargers defense is as good as the Texans defense, but 4.5 in a divisional game, in every game that the Chiefs are close, that's a lot of points. So give me the Chargers in the 4.5.
Yeah, it was such a big win for the Chargers to beat the Eagles, because even though Kansas City doesn't have a great chance right now, they've still got a puncher's chance. And I know it sounds crazy. We've been saying, hey, this is a playoff game. This is a playoff game. No, this is officially their last life. They've had 9 lives like a cat. This is their last life right now. They're 6-7. If they win, they'll be 7-7. For the Chargers, you will be 9-5, and you've got to play Dallas on the road, Houston at home, and Denver on the road. There's a realistic possibility, Griff, where they lose out.
Tough sled.
And like, are they going to be a favorite in any of those games? I don't think they're going to be a favorite against Dallas. That might be a pick 'em on the road.
It's at Dallas?
Yeah. Pick them.
It depends on how good Dallas.
There's no way if they're a favorite. There's no way they're going to be a favorite of more than a point.
Yeah, no,
point and a half. Close. Houston, they're not going to be a favorite over at home. Denver on the road, they won't be a favorite.
No,
they're going to be a dog in the rest of their 4 games, and they're 9-4 right now. That would make them 9-8. Kansas City, if they can be 10-7, now you look at the other teams in front of Kansas City. You have Baltimore, who's 6-7 right now. You have the Colts, who are 6-7, with the 88-year-old quarterback coming in. 11% chance is what ESPN and all these places think. I think it's a little higher. And I know it's crazy, and I may just be on crack for the Chiefs every single week. I know people are calling me Chris Collinsworth Jr. I know. But I'm gonna ride on that ship as long as I possibly can until I'm at the bottom of the Marina Trench.
Do you think they cover, though?
Oh my God.
The cover's tough, you know what I mean? Because like every
tough.
game is like a field goal game with these guys, you know what I mean? So
I could see a Butker missed field goal or like a Travis Kelce like volleyball. It's just so tough. I'm gonna take the Chiefs at the 4.5 just because I like to stay consistent with my logic, but I'm gonna take them to win the game. More importantly,
okay.
This is a game that if I was putting my hard-earned money on it, I would be nervous. I'd be really nervous.
That's why I was weird. I was like, that's a pretty big score. Because does it say the money line on there? I don't know if it says.
No, let me click into it.
Yeah,
let's see if ESPN can give us a little. It's -210.
That's a big favorite. You know what I mean? And the Chargers aren't a bad squad, but I agree with you. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be probably a field goal game. So if you're going to give me a field goal plus a point plus a half, I'm going to take the Chargers.
Yeah. We've got to get a little difference from one another. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. All right. Another huge divisional game. Bills, Patriots. New England is a 1.5 point favorite.
You kick this one off.
I'm going to take Buffalo.
I'm
going to take Buffalo. The New England fans won't be happy with me. I've been against them all season long. I feel like they haven't played anybody good. Now, I know they beat the Bills. They beat the Bills earlier this year. I think the Bills are playing some really good football right now. I think Buffalo, in this situation, in this current state, to your point, they're peaking right now. They're trying to give themselves a shot to get that number 1 seed. I think every game for them is like do or die. Josh Allen, put all 21 other starters on your back. All 52 other guys on that team and however many coaches, put the whole Buffalo Bills organization on Josh Allen's back, the MVP, and take us to the promised land. I think this is the year that Buffalo can do it. This is the best chance that they've had, considering the defense has been spotty and the receiving core's up and down. If you have Josh Allen healthy, I think Josh Allen right now is the guy that can get Buffalo over the hump. I'm going to take them to pull this one off in a massive upset.
Caden, viewer, this is a championship game. It's at New England. Get the hats out, ladies and gentlemen. The Patriots are beating the Buffalo Bills. They're wearing the hats after this game. They're wearing the shirts. They're in the locker room. They're getting hype. The New England Patriots at home are going to win this game, Caden. Top to bottom, I think the Patriots are better. Top to bottom. When you the three factors. Quarterback? Hey, if Drake May wins out and wins the MVP, he has just as many as Josh Allen. So, but stay with me here. Stay with me, viewer. I mean, this isn't like a super, super hot take. I mean, I believe it's pretty even. You know what I mean? The lines. So it's pretty even, the lines. The Patriots are at home. Who has a better offense, Caden?
Josh Allen.
You'd probably lean the Bills. You'd probably lean the Bills.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's just say the Bills are a 10. What are the Patriots, an 8 or 9?
Yeah.
The defenses. It's night and day.
Yeah.
The defense is a 10, and the Bills' defense to me is cans. Hot cross runs. You know what I mean? It's a 6. It is a 6. And special teams. I don't know if you've been watching the special teams for the Patriots. This punt return, this kick return. These guys
Marcus
are
Jones
flying around. They are flying around. So from top to bottom, offense, defense, and special teams, the Patriots have a better special teams, better defense, and just a little bit lower than the Bills. I mean, I'll give Josh Allen credit. He is Superman, but Drake May is no slouch. Stephon Diggs. I think Stephon Diggs has a breakout game. Not a breakout game because he's had an okay season. I think he's great. Is Booty playing?
Booty.
I don't know if Booty's injured. You know what I mean?
We're looking at a potentially rainy game here. Is what the weather's
potential
showing me.
rainy game. That does not benefit the Bills.
I don't see Booty on the injury report.
Okay, so Booty might be in there. You know what I mean? Booty might be shaking his booty with Diggs. You know what I mean? I think
like the little Amon-Ra celebration.
Yeah, I think the New England Patriots get the hats out and they are AFC East champs and delete the Bills. What are they? 5-time champions? Maybe 6-time champions, division champions, but
maybe 7-time champions.
7-time champions. But I think the hats and the shirts get out, and Drake May, Josh Allen will have a good game. Josh Allen always has usually a good game, but give me the New England Patriots at home. I like them.
I'm good. I'm glad. This is kind of our first big disagreement here.
Yeah.
I like
it'll
that.
get clipped, trust me.
I like that. Yeah, it better get clipped.
It'll get clipped. If I say that they'll get the hats out and then they get the hats out, you know what I mean, someone's going to edit it, a good edit right
Because Griff built it up. But you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it a step further.
He's taking it a step.
I'm a 10 out of 10 confidence level in the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, don't let me down, brother.
10 out of 10 this man
10 out of 10. And guess what? New England fans, when you guys lose, I'm coming for you on Monday. I am coming for the New England Patriots fans on Monday.
He is coming for you, no pause. He's coming for you, absolutely no pause. But I will say, it's going to be a gritty game. It's going to be a good game. Yeah. I'm not sitting here saying that the Patriots are going to 50-0 them. It's going to be a good, really good game. And I just like the Patriots from top to bottom more. And they're at home. Drake May, Drake, whatever the hell you say.
It's like Drake May, May.
Drake May. Get it done.
It feels like
and I mean, to take it a step further, this might be his MVP game. If he wins this game against the former MVP, they're stacking up. And if they win out, I think he wins it over Matthew Stafford. But that's for another time. We can move on.
You know, the one thing I'm kind of bummed out about is already 3 really good games: Ravens, Bengals, Chargers, Chiefs, Bills, Patriots. The tough part is, okay, good. Okay, we've still got some bangers in the 225 window. It feels like the last few weeks, all the good games have been at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And all of the cans ones have been at the p.m. window. And it's like, okay, thanks for letting us watch this. It's like, NFL, what are we doing? We've got
Rams Cardinals game last week was terrible.
My gosh.
That was in that window. Even the Denver Raiders game.
It's almost like if you're going to take a nap, wait till you're and I know we can really only say we're taking a nap because, we're on the elite West Coast.
Elite West Coast. Chat, so if you don't know, for us, the game started at 11 o'clock. We're in Arizona. They start at 11. Then the next games start around 2:05 and then 2:25. You know what I mean? So maybe you guys, your middle games, because when we say afternoon, you know what I mean? Some of your games start at 4. But I mean, and then the Sunday Night Football game for us starts at 6:15, 6:30. That's prime time right there.
Yeah, no, I'm loving the West Coast before the time change. But we've got another divisional game. Commanders going on the road against the Giants. We've got the Giants as a 2.5-point favorite. Jaden Daniels is questionable. I say you rest that guy for the rest of the season. Who wins this one?
Yeah, I think Jaden Daniels doesn't play.
He is out. He is out.
Okay, so he is out. It's so weird. 2 weeks ago, Washington was a tip pass away from beating the Denver Broncos. And then they play 9 in Minnesota and they can't complete a pass.
9.
So it's going to be interesting here. I think, give me the Giants here. Give me the Giants to win this game. But realistically, Washington, you win because you just better your draft stock. We're in that time where it's like whoever loses really wins and whoever wins really loses. I know that's like for you diehard Giants fans, like we want to win every game. But I mean, to me, I'm like, I want to say Washington's top 5 pick right now and the Giants are top 5 pick right now.
Yeah.
So whoever loses this game kind of benefits them. Give me the Giants, but I mean, I have zero confidence in either of these teams. Marcus Mariota,
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like a lose-lose for both teams.
It's bad. It's bad.
I hate this so much here.
This is the nap game. Like if you miss this entire game,
this is your nap game of the week because I think Marcus Mariota showed a little bit against the Broncos defense. I'm going to take the Commanders plus the 2.5.
No Zach Ertz,
but I hate it. So my ball, Zach Ertz.
He's out.
No. My ball, Zach Ertz.
Okay. Gotcha.
Great fantasy team name. If you know, you know. That's
like,
what you're kind of whatever you're at.
Yeah.
If you just got to think about it. But I think they cover the 2.5. It's going to be tough, but I think they cover the 2.5.
What's the weather like in New York?
32. So, that's kind of like a premium day right there.
Yeah, that is.
In December. Raiders, Eagles, 11.5 points.
It's
Philly at home.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 11.5 is a ton of points, but the Raiders stink. I don't know about Geno Smith's hand. Is Kenny Pickett going to play? If you guys don't know, Kenny Pickett has a Super Bowl ring with who? The Philadelphia Eagles. He might be coming back to Philly to maybe dominate Philly.
Geno's doubtful.
So Geno's doubtful. So, I mean, Kenny Pickett might be coming back with a vengeance. Give me the Eagles to win this game. I have no confidence in the cover. So if you're riding that side, good on you. We saw it last week. Pete Carroll's obviously gambling with that backdoor cover, with that kick.
With Dave Portnoy
that backdoor kick.
My
I was like, holy smokes. I was yelling at the Broncos. I didn't have them, but I mean, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, can you cover a spread? 11.5 is tough. What's the weather like going to be in Philly?
It is going to be 29. Not too bad.
But I mean, the Raiders are a dome team.
Yeah.
This is the get back game for the Eagles. Like if you want to rev up your season and save it, kind of, you have got to win this game. If they lose this game, Cade, it is 2023 altogether. It is 2023 altogether. You cannot lose this game. Yeah, even worse. Even worse.
Because they were losing to good teams in that stretch. They were.
You can't lose to the Raiders here, Caden. I see them winning 24-10, 27-14. You know what I mean? In that range. Yeah. But I mean, when Kenny Pickett goes off, he goes off. But yeah, give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles as well. I'm not going to dive too deep into this one. You've got to bounce back. You've got to bounce back in a big way. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you run Saquon 50 times. I don't care if you throw it to AJ 50 times, although the numbers would tell you when AJ Brown is over 100 yards, the Eagles are not winning football games. So I'll take the Eagles, the 11.5. Jacksonville hosting the New York Jets, 13.5 points.
It's at Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Which was weird. Last week, I asked you about the weather because
66 degrees in this one.
It rained in that Jacksonville game against the Colts. I know Danny Jones or Danny Dimes, he tore his Achilles. But this is another game where like Jags should win and cover. Don't know what's going on with the QB situation over there for the Jets. Is Tyrod Taylor going to play? Is Justin Fields going to play? Is Brady Cook going to play?
Man.
I mean, hell, maybe the Jets go after one of their other old quarterbacks. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, not much to say. Jags, you're probably going to win and you're probably going to cover.
Yeah, I hate this. I don't know who is going to have the cojones to go bet on this game. But, props to you if you are looking at this game saying, hey, I love the Jets to cover because it's so dirty. And props to you as well if you're saying, Griff, I love the Jaguars to cover because I think both are pitiful. I hate both sides. I couldn't even imagine betting this game. I'm going to take the Jaguars, though, with everything said. I think they win this one outright, 13.5. I just don't. I have no confidence in. But I'll take the Jaguars to win this one. Our final 11 a.m. early morning slot, we've got the Texans, 9.5 point favorites at home against the Arizona Cardinals.
Give me the Texans and the points. The Arizona Cardinals, they're up and down. What team's going to show up, we don't know. But that defense is just ferocious over there for the Texans.
Yeah.
I don't think Jacoby Brissett is going to go off. They got their doors blown off them by the Rams last week. Will that happen again? We don't know. But yeah, give me the Texans to win this game. Probably 27-17, 27-14. This is a good CJ Stroud get back game where he's like, okay, let's build up the confidence even more. We got some confidence in Kansas City with that win. Let's build them up some more and beat the piss out of a bad team. And the Cardinals are a bad team. So if CJ Stroud can can build on that. And the Texans defense is going to ride. Who do the Texans play next week?
Yeah, I was just pulling up their schedule right now because they just played such a gauntlet of tough teams. It gets a little easier now. They play the Cardinals at home, Vegas at home, Chargers on the road, and then Indy at home.
So wouldn't it be a thing where like the Texans are overlooking the Cardinals and they play a good team next week?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, give me the Texans to win.
Yeah, they just got to stack wins. Right now, 8-5. They've got a realistic possibility to win out, in my opinion.
Were they at home or away?
They're at home. They're at home the next 2 weeks. So Cardinals, Raiders, 2 Ws. I think they'll be 10-5. I think they'll go on the road and beat the Chargers 11-5. And then depending on who's the quarterback, they might call up me or you to be the quarterback in Indy here in a few weeks. 12-5. Does that win you the division against the Jags? Who knows? But
that gets you in the playoffs.
That's enough to get you maybe the 5 or 6 seed in the playoffs. I like Houston to roll the Cardinals here. They cover. Let's move to our afternoon slate. No naps. No time for naps. So if you need an energy drink, go to the gas station, whatever you need to do. Packers going on the road against the Broncos. Packers 2.5 point favorite.
Possible game of the week right here. This is a huge
60 degrees in Denver.
Holy shit. I was thinking it would be super
beautiful.
Cold. Oh, no, 60 is great. Mile High City, I think this is going to be a dogfight. Absolute capital D, capital O, capital G dogfight. Field goal game. You know who's been good in these games?
Dirty Broncos.
Give me the dirty Broncos. They're plus 1.5, right?
2.5.
Plus 2.5. Give me the Broncos to win this game at home. If it was in Green Bay, I'd pick Green Bay. But give me the Broncos to win at home. I think the offense does what the offense has been doing. You know what I mean? They're going to put up 17 points. They're going to put up 21 points. This is going to be a 21-17 game. This is going to be a 24-21 game. This is going to be a gritty, close game. But give me the Denver Broncos to squeak one out yet again. Give me the Broncos to squeak one out yet again. But Caden, this game is just so weird because it's one of those things like the Packers go out there and beat them by 2 touchdowns. Are the Broncos frauds? You know what I mean? That's not saying that yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm saying like the Packers are the Broncos. But on the back end, if the Broncos go out and beat the Packers by 2 touchdowns, are the Packers frauds? Like it's just a weird way that us NFL fans that really work. But give me the dirty Broncos to win again a dirty game by a field goal or 1 point.
Yeah, I think regardless, this is a prisoner of the moment game. Like whoever wins, whoever loses, you're gonna have people overreacting on both sides of the spectrum. I like Green Bay to win this one with the 2.5. Jordan Love, this is like the roller coaster ride, and I want him to keep going up. Like, you know, you're about to go up on the biggest Six Flags ride. Like, let's just keep going up. I don't want to hit that drop yet. And we've seen the small drops with this Packers offense at times. He's been playing some really, really good football. I think they keep it up. I think they do really well against this Denver defense, and I don't trust the offense for Denver. I don't trust it enough. To your point, they've been in these close, dirty games against bad teams. I think they rise to their level of competition and they fall to their level of competition. I'm going to take the Packers to win this one with 2.5. Let's move to the Lions-Rams. Matthew Stafford revenge game. Rams, 5.5 point favorites.
That's a lot.
Wow.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that is a lot. I'm rolling with the Rams. Really? I'm rolling with the Rams and the 5.5 points. It's because I think Matthew Stafford shreds, man. I think he shreds that secondary. I think he shreds that defense for the Texans. And I think
Lions.
The Lions. And I think that Rams defense holds Givington to a marginal game. You know what I mean? You might clip this and then Givington goes off. Givington is Gibbs. So that's just what I call him, Givington. Yeah, the Rams are at home, right?
Yep.
Now I will say the LA teams, they have no home field advantage. Like that Eagles game on Monday.
Goff loves those dome games too.
Yeah, Goff is a dome guy. Pause. But yeah, give me the Rams and the 5.5 points. Will the Lions keep it close? Sure. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the Lions are going to get obliterated here, but yeah, I like the Rams here.
I think the Lions are going to cover this game.
Huge game though.
Massive. Oh my gosh, massive game, because this is just your prisoner of the moment game. It's like if the Lions win, all of a sudden get ready for the overreactions on Monday. If the Rams win, it's just going to continue to be like, here's another feather in Matthew Stafford's MVP cap. I'm going to take the Lions to cover this, and I've been up and down on this team. This is a game that gets people up. I think they have a chance to win this game outright because the Rams might be overlooking them as they look to Seattle on a short week. I could totally see the Rams dropping this game and then beating Seattle on Thursday Night Football. I'm going to take the Lions to cover the 5.5. I'm going to take a team that's getting healthier with Amon-Ra. Oh my gosh, I have Jameer and Amon-Ra in fantasy this week in the playoffs. Please show up, fellas. Please. This is a formal request. Please give me everything you've got. You've had multiple 3-touchdown games, Jaw Gibbs, Gibbington, whatever nickname you want to be called, I'll call you. I'll call you a GOAT if you perform. But let's perform. I like the Lions to cover the 5.5. You're a great game regardless. Kind of 2 shite games back to back. Titans on the road against the Niners, 12.5 points.
Yeah, give me the Niners. If the Titans backdoor them, they backdoor them. I could see the 49ers winning all game, kind of like that Seahawks-Titans game a couple weeks ago. The Seahawks were up by like 30. It was like 30-9, and then the Titans backdoored them. Maybe the Titans backdoor the 49ers, but yeah, give me the 49ers to win. The Titans coming off a win. They're against the Browns last week. It's in San Fran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me and they're coming off a bye. So the 49ers, yeah, give me them to win and cover.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points, but I mean, still.
Perfect time for them to get the bye week.
Yeah.
Just with, and I know a lot of the injuries they've had, unfortunately, are season ending, but still, it's great for them to get that bye week later in the season. It is really tough to have it this late, but I think it's so clutch to have it that late. At the same token, I think this is really going to help the Niners to take hopefully what they expect to be a Super Bowl leap, to try and go on a deep run here. I'm going to take them to cover the 12.5. I don't love it. Whenever you're dealing with that big of spreads in the National Football League, it feels like when it's so obvious, like the Niners should just dominate them by 4 touchdowns. It feels like it's always unnecessarily close. Maybe they shake off a little bit of rust against the Titans, but I do like the Niners to win this one, and they'll be sitting at 10 wins. 10 wins, absolutely wild. Let's check out their schedule for the rest of the season. They play Tennessee this week, Colts on the road,
Win.
Chicago on Sunday Night Football.
That's a tough one.
At home. And then Seattle at home.
I was
and
thinking about
Seattle on the road already.
I was thinking about that Seattle game. That at the end of the year, that game might mean more to Seattle than the 49ers, because if the 49ers are already in the playoffs, they want to buy.
What if that's for the number 1 seed? What if that's for the number?
You're talking about if the 49ers play Seattle?
Let's just say the Niners are 12-4.
Then it's great. But
that could be crazy.
But I don't see it going like that. I see it going like the 49ers might lose another game, or Seattle are they 1 game back?
No, they're both 10-3. They're a half game back right now because they lost the head-to-head of the Rams.
Okay, they're a half game back.
They're both
right
10-3.
It's going to be interesting, but I mean, if it goes to the point where that 49ers game against Seattle is not important to them, I think they'll take the pseudo bye, sit everyone, and then kind of let the game go, because why would you play the game if it doesn't matter? If you're not going to catch the 1 seed, if you're not going to catch them for the division, you might as well get a bye when you can, because you're not going to get one in the wild card round.
So what if the Rams lose to the Seahawks on Thursday? They'll have 4 losses. Then you look at Seattle potentially in week 18 losing to the Niners, and let's just say the Packers, lose 1 more game to either
it's not
Baltimore,
for
Chicago, Denver.
To jump back.
Dude, the 1 seed is totally in play for the Niners.
Yeah.
Totally in play. And they already beat Seattle on the road this year with a lot of their guys banged up. Kittle went down in the first quarter. That was a gritty win.
It just depends on how the 49ers roll, because 2-3 weeks ago, the 49ers played the Rams and got the doors blown off them. I know Purdy.
They also beat them, babe. They beat them earlier in the season with Mac Jones, though, on the road.
They did. But yeah, the 49ers are scrappy. So that's not out of the realm. That's not out of the realm. If they keep winning, that wild. Last game against Seattle is going to be a playoff game. You know what I mean? It'll be great.
And what's even more wild is at the beginning of the season, before all the injuries, I said the Niners would get the 1 seed this year.
I'm telling you, if the Niners, if Wagner or not Wagner,
Warner,
if Warner was still there and Bosa was still there, this might be a Super Bowl championship team.
And Michael Williams, their first round pick.
Yeah, no, the injuries, and who the knows where Ayuk has been. You know what I mean? Every week is like, oh, he's coming back. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No,
and now they're gonna get a divorce now.
Yeah, so it's the 49ers are still within striking distance for sure.
For sure, it's been an incredible season. Last 225 game here, afternoon window, Colts, Seahawks at home, 14-point favorites, old man Phillip Rivers.
We're going to see Phillip play. I just feel like the tide has just gone exactly like that. They signed him to the practice squad. They're going to play that dude. Give me the Seahawks and the points. What is it, 13.5?
14.
Holy
14
points. Is it in Seattle?
Yeah.
What's the weather going to be like in Seattle?
It's going to be a 56-degree day.
No rain.
Nope, just cloudy.
Okay,
that was always
okay.
in Seattle.
Yeah, give me the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts right now, they're throwing everything at the wall and hoping it sticks. I mean, they brought back a 44-year-old quarterback to play. If he doesn't play, who else is on the roster?
It's Riley Leonard, and he's not even 100% going to play.
I was going to say, yeah, he's banged up to yeah, so I think he's going to play. Yeah, give me Seattle.
Yeah.
It's a cool story, but I mean,
I hate it. Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle. I just hate taking big spreads in the National Football League. I'll take Seattle with the 14-9 on primetime against the Dallas Cowboys. Who you got? 5.5 point spread in Jerry's world.
Who the hell's going to show up, Caden? That's what I'm saying. Is 9 going to show up or JJ McTrashbags? I have no idea. If JJ McTrashbags shows up.
That's the introduction of JJ McTrashbags on the Dual Threat podcast, by the way.
Yes,
that's my favorite nickname that the Guru Griff has.
That is the first one that's dropped on this pod. It's crazy because like if he plays, they could win.
Who he is and who?
9. If he plays. If he plays. If McTrashbags plays, they're going to lose by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So it's like good on you if you got a spread on this one. Because like I said, if McTrashbag shows up, that 5.5 is going to look chef's kiss right there. How's CeeDee Lamb? Is he in concussion protocol? Or
he is in concussion protocol, but the good news is they did play on Thursday, so hopefully he can get out of it. He is still questionable, but if there's any saving grace that they played on Thursday, so he gets an extra few days to get out of concussion protocol.
For sure. I'm going to take Minnesota in the 5.5. I'm going to take Minnesota in the 5.5 because say whatever you want on McTrashbags or 9, the defense still shows up for the Minnesota Vikings all the time. They do show up all the time. That's not saying that the Cowboys can't win this game. Cowboys can win by a field goal. But if 9 shows up, it's like one of those weird ones. If 9 shows up and you have 5.5 points in your pocket, that is golden.
Yeah.
If Trashbag shows up, you're not even seeing 5. You're losing by 3 touchdowns, Minnesota Vikings. So that's it. It's who is going to show up. I honestly don't even think it matters about Dallas.
Yeah.
Like Dallas, you can throw anyone you want out there. It's all about JJ McCarthy. Which one is going to show up? 9, you might win the game. Meaningless game.
Yeah.
Meaningless game for the Minnesota Vikings. Who gives it? Like if you're a Vikings fans watching this, you probably want your team to lose. It betters your draft stock. But if 9 shows up, you might win this game. Kate, who do you got?
Dude, I just love the fact that you call him JJ McTrash. I know I've had just such a fat smile on my face the entire time.
The origin of McTrashbags came about when Michigan played TCU in the semifinals, and I had so much bread on Michigan. They were in every lay, and I'm out there, and I don't know if you saw that, but he threw 2 picks in that game. I know we're dating ourselves 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, no, I remember it.
But he threw like 2 or 3 picks out there, and he played. I was like, literally, it just came out like word vomit. I was like, McTrashbags. It was either going to be McMuffin or McTrashbags, and I landed on McTrashbags.
I mean, I love it. Like ever since you started like saying that on the live streams, I was like, dude, I low-key love the JJ McTrashbags. And it is so funny because like as a big Boston Celtics guy, everybody hates on Jason Tatum after we won the finals. It was like, we did it. Oh, he's so corny because he copies everyone else. Let me just tell you, it has been like the nicest, like refreshing thing to see like everybody in the NFL sports world, just sports world in general, go after somebody else that's not Jason Tatum. And also, as you can see with this hat, Nebraska, Dylan Raiola, everyone's calling him Patrick Mahomes. So it's like it's never been easy to root for either one of these guys. And so like seeing it brings a smile to my face. And I'm sorry, JJ McCarthy 9. It's so funny. It is so hard to not get a laugh out of it. I'm gonna take 9 to show up. I'm gonna take him to show up, and I think they cover the 5.5. I think they could potentially win this football game. I know Dallas is playing good, but this is the roller coaster ride that you get. You either get them playing at a Super Bowl level or you get them playing at a really, really subpar level.
And this is a playoff game for Dallas. They have to win out. They have to win out. Yep. And not only do they have to win out, they have to have the Eagles lose too. So it's like they're not catching a wild card spot. No. They have to have the Eagles to lose.
And if CD's out,
that's tough.
That's tough. I think the 5.5 could be a little cheeky here. I'm going to take 9 to show up. Hopefully McTrashbags doesn't. I already know if McTrashbags is there, I'm going to be excited to talk to you next week.
Caden, viewer, you'll know early too.
Yeah.
You'll know early in this game who shows up or who not. I'm talking first 2 drives.
Well, he's turned it around in the fourth before. He's had 2 nice fourth quarter games.
The fourth quarter, I don't even believe in that anymore. Like if he's got a 15-yard out route and he's skying that ball over the heads, the Cowboys are going to win this game. But if he puts it right on Justin Jefferson's numbers, watch out, Cowboys fans.
Well, I'm going to feel bad for the Gatorade buckets because those things are going to get smashed on the sideline if it's a McTrashbags game.
Yeah.
Because you're either to your point, maybe the ball's hitting the Gatorade buckets, but I was also thinking maybe Justin Jefferson's helmet.
Yeah, he might be tossing that, John.
Yeah. Adam Thielen's now gonna retire.
Yeah.
People are saying it's because of big trash bags.
Yeah.
Man. Monday Night Football. Dolphins, Steelers, Pittsburgh 3-point favorite. I told you a month ago that Miami
is
watch
coming.
out.
You did.
I picked them to make the playoffs.
Yep.
At the beginning of the season. Now I'm not sitting here telling you I'm confident because I'm not. And watch them get their doors blown off. But they lose Jalen Phillips. They lose Tyreek Hill. 4 straight games. Jerusalem Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I saw that edit today.
I saw it too.
I saw that edit
Jerusalem
today.
Tua.
Yeah, I saw that edit today. What's the spread looking like? And what's the weather looking like?
It is looking like,
I know.
Well,
I know.
that just answered every.
I know
that just answered every question that I had.
I just saw your face. Yes.
Oh no, folks.
What are we 30s?
We're looking at a 3-point spread for Pittsburgh. 22 degrees.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Chad, if you don't know, how do you not know? The Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, I believe in under 40 degree weather are cans. Like they cannot win. They cannot win under 40-degree weather. You said 3 or 3.5?
3.
Oh my gosh. If that was 3.5, I would love the Dolphins in this 3.5 spot. I'm doing it.
No.
I'm doing it. Give me the Miami Dolphins on the money line. You take the 3 points. If you're going to play with the hook, then that's one thing. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins to win this. This might be on the egg on the face.
Bengals fans are going to love you.
Yes, I'm trying to root for the Bengals.
I am too.
I'm rooting for the Bengals. So I say we. I'm not a Bengals fan, but you need the Dolphins to win this game. And Pittsburgh, say whatever you want. Oh, they looked good against Baltimore the week before. They couldn't do against the Buffalo Bills defense, which we just agreed it's not good.
No.
The Bills defense is not good. Say what on Josh Allen's Josh Allen. He did his thing. But the defense for the Bills is not good. The week before that, who'd they play? The Chargers? Mm-hmm. They couldn't do anything. No. They could not do anything. So if the Steelers played the Ravens every single week, sure, they might be a 12-win team, but this isn't the Baltimore Ravens. So that's why I'm taking into account that the Miami Dolphins have been playing good. You might nitpick on who the Miami Dolphins have played, and I'm not sitting here saying the Miami Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl or anything, but I'm buying the bad news.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins on the money line. And we're going to get dirty in this AFC North. We're going to get dirty.
I mean, I'd love to see it. I want it to happen so bad, but this is like a prime, like Tua turn the ball over game. Like this
could be 100% 3 interceptions coming.
I feel like this is like fumbles, interceptions, drop snaps, and then they just zoom in on his face. And it's just him, the rosy cheeks, the cold. And it's like, oh my gosh, I've seen this story played out a million times. Also, does it feel like the Dolphins get a primetime game every other week, considering they're the worst team in the NFL?
It seems like recently, and they got to beat the narrative eventually, right? The cold narrative, the under 40 degree. Yeah, they got to beat that narrative. And I will say, this is a team to beat. Like Pittsburgh's not super dominant, you know what I mean?
No.
It's like usually when they lose these cold games, it's Kansas City, it's Buffalo, it's a divisional game or something like that. But Pittsburgh's no world beater. We just saw them a couple weeks ago. They couldn't complete a pass. If they guard DK Metcalf well, I think they're going to do well. And I think if Tua can exploit that defense, I think they could pull off the upset here.
All right, fine. I'm taking Miami plus the 3. I'm switching. You know what? I want to do it just for the fun of it.
For the vibes.
For the vibes. Yeah. I like where you're coming from.
I say it for the vibes, but I believe in them. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm saying for the vibes because I don't believe in them.
I don't know if I believe in them.
I believe in them.
I don't know if I do.
I've seen Pittsburgh just poop their pants these last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I know they won last week, but they always have a weird voodoo against the Ravens. Like they play well against the Ravens.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh, and they're a roller coaster ride. Like I give that analogy all the time where it's like they're the pretty girl, they smell nice, the perfume's good. It's like Rodgers doing the discount double check. You pay DK all this money, highest paid defense, but you can't wife her up. That's not your wife. And it's like you're getting hooked back into this toxic up and down with the Steelers. It's like, I hate them. I can't stand them. I never want to see you again. Then it's like, okay, I kind of like hanging out with you. You're now 7-6. You beat the Ravens on the road. This is when you get your heart broken again. She's going to rip your heart out, man. Leave her while you can. I'm going to leave while I can. I'm taking Miami, and I picked them to go to the playoffs, and I hate it, Griff. There's so many of them that are on here, and it's like, dude, I hate it. But I have to make a pick.
You got to let it ride.
I hate it, though. Week 15.
Week 15 is in the books. If you made it this far, thank you for watching our I think the second, third, fourth, seventh, eighth podcast that we've done. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this with your buddy. Share this with your friend. We appreciate, like I said, this is the baby phase. You know what I mean? Caden's changing my diaper. I'm changing his diaper. You know, we're sitting right next to each other. So if it looks like I'm looking over here to my left, your right, or wherever it is, we're looking at each other.
Yeah.
But it's a great time right now. It's a great time to be a sports fan. It's a beautiful time right now.
100%. We've got so many different do or die games this weekend, so many big divisional games. This is going to be a fun week. This is arguably the most anticipated week in the NFL. We're going to figure out a lot of teams. We're going to figure out the Patriots. We're going to figure out the Broncos. What's going on with the Lions? Do the Cowboys have any chance? What does JJ McTrashbags look like? I'm excited. First NFL pod. We did college football in episode 1. You guys saw that yesterday. This one's dropping Friday. Very excited about it. Make sure you guys go follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We're on everything, so go check us out. We appreciate it. You guys so much. If you've made it this far, Griff, any final words?
Nope, that's it. We appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe.
See ya.